All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something that really shook the beauty and celebrity world.
Yeah.
The sudden passing of hairstylist Jesus Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be looking specifically at this TMZ article that broke the news.
Okay.
And we're going to be kind of looking into his career and the impact he had and how people are reacting to his loss.
It's really sad, especially considering how young he was.
Yeah.
And, it's interesting because Guerrero, he wasn't just any stylist.
Right.
He was really a force in the industry.
You can definitely tell that from the article.
Yeah.
They mentioned he worked with some really big names like Kylie Jenner and Jennifer Lopez and Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I mean, for people who might not be as familiar, those are like A-listers.
Absolutely. Those are some of the biggest names in entertainment.
Yeah.
And each of them are known for, having like really iconic hairstyles. But, it seems like Guerrero was more than just a stylist for these people.
Yeah.
He seems like he was a close friend and confidant to a lot of them.
Totally.
Especially, it seems like with Kylie Jenner.
Yes.
Who he'd been working with since 2019.
Yeah, the article talked about how they were like practically inseparable at photo shoots and events.
Yeah, I saw that.
It really makes you think about the kind of bond that must form, between a stylist and their client.
Right.
Especially in that high-pressure world.
For sure. It's got to be a very intimate relationship.
Yeah.
Because you're not just helping someone look good, you're helping them present this image to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that requires a lot of trust and understanding.
Right, and it seems like Guerrero really had that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you look at the reaction from Kylie Jenner's makeup artist,
Okay.
Burial Tejada, and he called Guerrero chosen family. That really stuck out to me, that term, chosen family.
Yeah, it's a strong phrase, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially within, creative communities.
Right.
It speaks to those really deep connections that form outside of, traditional family structures.
Yeah.
Because, you have these shared passions and experiences.
Totally, and you can just feel the grief coming from Tejada in his online tribute,
It's really powerful.
And he's not the only one who is publicly expressing his sorrows.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how all these different people who are connected to Guerrero are processing this.
It is. It's really interesting to see how different everyone is.
Right.
Tejada donated to the GoFundMe for Guerrero's family.
Yeah.
As did Kim Kardashian's makeup artist.
Right.
Mario Davanovic.
Mm-hmm.
And even internet personality Trisha Paytas.
Wow, so many different people.
Yeah, you've got all these different connections, right? Different levels of closeness to Guerrero.
Yeah, it really does show you how far his reach was.
Totally.
I also noticed that the article mentioned that Jenner Lopez and Perry hadn't publicly commented on his passing at the time it was published.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, you don't really know what to make of that.
I know, it's thought-provoking, for sure.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah.
I guess on the one hand, everyone grieves differently.
Right.
Right? Not everyone wants to, be super public with their emotions.
Yeah.
Especially with something so personal.
Especially when you're a celebrity.
Yeah, exactly. There's this expectation to kind of perform your grief.
Right.
For everyone to see.
Exactly. And maybe for some people, silence is a way to honor the deceased without feeling like they have to share everything.
Yeah, that makes the whole world.
Even for those of us who aren't in the spotlight.
Right.
It's a good reminder that there's no right or wrong way to cope with loss.
Yeah.
Donating, posting online, reflecting privately.
Yeah.
You just got to find what works for you.
Right.
What brings you comfort.
Right.
And helps you honor the memory of the person you lost.
Mm-hmm. So to kind of summarize here, we've seen that Jesus Guerrero was more than just a stylist.
Yeah. He was a real force in the industry.
Oh, for sure.
He created these deep bonds with people.
Yeah.
He was chosen family to those in his inner circle.
It seems like it.
And his passing has left a real void in the community.
It has.
And the reactions to his loss have been as diverse as the connections that he made.
Yeah, and I think this story really shines a light on those unseen relationships that kind of drive the world of celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to focus on the stars,
right?
But behind them, there's this whole network of talented people,
right,
like Guerrero,
yeah,
who contribute so much
right,
creatively and emotionally.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder about the impact of those bonds,
right,
and how their legacies kind of extend beyond the red carpet.
That is a really powerful thought.
And
I hope that our listener will really keep that in mind.
Me too.
We encourage you to reflect on this story.
Yeah.
Think about the impact that one person can have.
Mm-hmm.
How differently we all grieve.
Right.
And the unseen connections that shape the world around us.
For sure.